Hi, we are back now with Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan, right?
That's it.
Running for governor. Do you want to eliminate all of the property tax?
This is what I don't get. The property tax pays for the schools, it pays for your police, it pays for your prosecutor, it pays for your firefighters, and I haven't found anybody who wants to eliminate those things.
Well, if this puppy's on the ballot, you're a no vote then.
For sure. Again, you got to have some element of responsibility. Now, property taxes are too high, and the issues that people have raised on the pop-up, you've been in your house 20, 30 years, you go to sell it, and the buyer has to pay an astronomical increase. There's no place that's more true than in Detroit, and it's something we need to deal with. I try to deal with it in a different way on a land value tax. I think we've got to address the property tax problems, but I'm not in favor of laying off all the police and fire in the state.
Another thing that we know will be on the ballot, in fact, it will be Proposal 1, is a constitutional convention. Yeah. Do you think, what are your thoughts about the possibility of voters approving a constitutional convention?
There is an enormous opportunity for mischief in a constitutional convention. You will see the special interests pour massive amounts of money into that, and I'll be voting no on it. I don't think the problem is with the Constitution.
Let me ask you, Ed McNamara, former Wayne County executive, you were his chief aide. What would Ed McNamara think about the political climate today and Lansing and what's going on here? He once ran for lieutenant governor.
He did. He lost. He ran with Sandy Levitt and lost in a very close race to Bill Milliken. Remember, Ed McNamara, was a Democrat who ran for mayor of Livonia when it was almost entirely Republican. And the first time I asked him, how do you handle this? He says, I just don't let him know. That was the way he did it. But you know how he was. I mean, he had the ability to pull people together from the business side and the labor side. How we got Metro Airport built, how we got Comerica Park and Ford Field built in partnership with Dennis Archer. And I think he would be like, I think my father, who passed a few years ago, proud Reagan Republican appointed by President Reagan to the federal bench. I was just horrified. He thought that the way that you won elections was get more votes, not go redistrict your state. And I think we need to get back to the fact we should compete for people's support, not be trying to play games.
Your election, some people say, really depends on the straight ticket voting. If all those Democrats, Republicans, a bunch of them, but you're toast, right?
No, of course. And this
so the straight ticket helps you?
The straight tickets doesn't matter. And this
then why are you going to make a special attention to explain to people how to do it?
Because it doesn't matter if they do it. Now,
you had to explain how people write in 2013.
So,
it worked.
But for your viewers who don't understand this, in a November election, you can vote straight ticket Democratic, vote Mike Duggan for independent, they all count. You can vote straight ticket Republican, vote Mike Duggan for independent, they all count.
Do you think the people know that?
They don't know that because you never had an independent, but Bill's point is right. In 2013, I ran for mayor of Detroit as a write-in, and I had to explain to people something they'd never seen before.
Yeah, but the last time I checked, there's a few more people in the rest of the state than in Detroit, sir.
The same principle.
And the people in this state are fed up with politics as usual.
Mayor?
They'll figure it out. You will see people voting straight ticket Democratic and voting for me, and you're already seeing the early polling in Detroit.
A lot more people know how to do that than you think right now.
And they will, even more will know on October 26th.
I don't have an expectation that you're going to make this announcement around this table. If you would like to, though, I think the option is there.
Are we out of time?
An LG, right? Yes, let me wrap it up. An LG candidate, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to, unless you want, again, name names. But I am curious about what you are thinking in terms of an LG. Is it someone from business? Does it need to be someone who is from Lansing in the legislature?
Or female?
So this is interesting, and I had to look up the process, but an independent doesn't have a convention. I have to file a piece of paper with the Secretary of State around the 1st of September 2026. And so for the next year, I'm just going to evaluate the talent, and I'm going to pick the most talented person. And at this point, I don't have a particular candidate in mind, but I'm meeting people every day in different parts of the state, and I'm confident I'll have some people
wait until almost the end, September 1st?
The point at which I know, I'll announce it, but it's been remarkable. People are calling or saying they're interested.
But I am curious, from your brain, when you say talent, what are those attributes? What does that mean and look like to you?
Somebody who is honest, who is competent, who says what they mean, commands respect, has an accomplishment in life that people can say, yeah, we are going to end politics as usual. And I truly don't have a person right now. I am extremely surprised some of the phone calls I've gotten, but I got another year
Yeah,
to
I've
go
heard
back
some folks are calling you already saying they would like to be.
I haven't called
How many calls
anybody.
have you got?
6 or 8.
How many?
6 or 8.
Six or
Most
eight.
of whom are names you'd recognize. Pretty funny.
Well, this is off the record.
This is true.
section
I'm not
free.
talking. We're done with this conversation. I don't want to rat people out who are calling, but I literally am 10 months away from zeroing in on that.
Another question about, let's say you become governor. What would you want the legislature to look like? You certainly are not going to have independent majorities in the
Right.
House and the Senate.
Right.
I'm curious about your thoughts. Does divided government help in some ways? Would you want some kind of, Democratic control, Republican control? What's your...
This is exactly the right question, and people have been trying to understand why I'm running as an independent. I will not engage between the Democrats and Republicans in any state rep or state Senate race, just as I have not engaged in city council races. I will work with who gets there, because I don't want to create enemies coming in, as the Democrats do now by opposing all the Republicans or vice versa. And I'm going to work. If you give me a Democratic House and Senate, it'll be one strategy. You give me split leadership, it'll be another strategy. Give me Republican House and Senate, it'll be another strategy. But my coalition is business and labor. It is going to be, before we're done, ranging people from all over the state. And what I'm going to do is bring in the coalition that helped elect me and say, let's sit down with the leadership in the legislature together. What are your priorities? What are our priorities? There's no reason fourth grade reading is partisan. There's no reason why a tech economy to keep our young people in the state is partisan. People are looking for this partisan stuff to raise money off the division, but most people just want to solve problems, and I'm looking forward to this.
Is one of the reasons that you're getting along so well with the council, and there's less acrimony today between the mayor and council than it ever used to be, is that they're nonpartisan. They're not. I mean, they may be secretly all Democrats, but, they're not.
Did you see the 4 years before I got elected to council at Dave Big, where they were all nonpartisan? It was showtime every night. It's different because I went in, I sat and had lunch with each one of them. Every one of them's got my cell phone number. Any one of them can drop into my office and say, hey, I don't like the way you're doing this, but if you added this thing to reach some more neighborhoods, I'll sign on. It's been a great relationship, and when we disagree, you've never once seen us name calling. We're disagreeing on substance. And the thing was, what council found was the public loved it. They all got reelected in landslides when we were working together accomplishing things. I think I can show the legislature life is better when you're not fighting all the time.
Mr. Mayor, you left the Democratic Party, but between the Republicans and Democratic Party, which party is closest to the values that you hold near and dear to your heart?
I think there are pieces of both sides that are where I haven't changed anything. And so I'm not going to antagonize either side, but I am who I am. I haven't changed my position.
What do you
anything.
like about the Republicans in one sentence?
The commitment to bringing jobs to the state has always been a strength of the Republican Party.
And the strength of the Democratic Party?
I think the Democratic Party has historically fought for the rights of everybody to have a fair chance. Now, the working class and the farmers don't feel reciprocal about that, but the Democratic Party that I joined was a party of union workers and farmers and young kids starting out and seniors, and it was a party where you could have a wide diversity of opinion, but everybody was going to get a chance.
All right, I promised to get you out the door by 8:30. Quick one.
Quick question. Back to auto insurance real quickly. You welcomed into Detroit Cure Auto Insurance. This company has now rocketed up to number 2 in total complaints. Have you been getting complaints? Has your office been getting complaints about the company, and what have you done about it?
Again, the question is, what is the State Office of Insurance Regulation doing about it? And so I've heard the complaints just in conversations with people in the city and in the suburbs. And I think there's a real issue relative to the handling of claims. That's what DIFS is for. You're supposed to be making sure the insurance companies deliver. And again, my question is, what's the state insurance regulator doing about it?
Well, what would you do to add some teeth to that tiger?
I would demand accountability from the insurance commissioner.
Mr. Mayor, what's the chances that the next time we interview on Off the Record, you'll be governor of Michigan?
Are you interviewing me before January 127 or after?
Pick your pick your
You know
poison.
what? I'm not in the prediction business. I just work really hard.
Just for the
People
heck
have
of
been
it,
great
look,
to me.
you're a student of the game,
Yeah.
right?
If you guys, when I announced I was an independent in December, and some of you guys were like, yeah, right, an independent can't win. He'll never raise any money. The party infrastructure he doesn't have.
Okay, it's better than 50-50 you'll be governor.
You know, if the momentum we've had the last 8 months continues, I'm confident it's going to be successful.
Do you agree with that 50-50
You know,
analysis?
I don't put odds on things. I just work hard.
All right, good to see you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay.